Today, we'll be shedding some light on Sam Heughan and the superhero world. What role brought Sam to America, and what impact did it have on his life? Also, get to learn a few things about your favorite superhero. Can you guess who it is? All this coming up. Let's dive into it. Let us jump straight into where Outlander star Sam Heughan recalls auditioning for 2006's Superman Return. The Scottish actor is best known for his starring role as Jamie Fraser in the Starz historical drama Outlander, which premiered in 2014 and is currently in the midst of its 6th season. Heughan has previously starred in films like The Spy Who Dumped Me, The Empty Train, and Bloodshot. He's also frequently been fan casted as the next actor to play James Bond, following Daniel Craig's final portrayal in last year's No Time to Die, which I totally agree with, since Sam is a great actor and perfectly fits the Bond character. Directed by Bryan Singer, 2006's Superman Return served as the final installment of the original Superman film series that began in 1978. It starred Brandon Routh as the Man of Steel, which was a superhero's first live-action cinematic outing since Christopher Reeve's 1987 Superman 4: The Quest for Peace. However, Superman Returns ignores the events of that film and instead picks up narratively where the 1980s Superman 2 left off. Sam is obviously a great actor, so why didn't he get that role? During a recent appearance on the Just for Variety podcast, Sam Heughan recalled his early days as an actor when he made one of his first trips to Los Angeles to audition for the role of Superman in Singer's 2006 film. The Outlander star obviously didn't get the role, though the valuable experience had an unexpected effect on Heughan, changing his eating habits forever. Sam had some things to say about why he didn't get the role. Since he gave up a pescatarian, or sort of vegetarian-pescatarian diet and didn't start eating meat until he came to America when he was 24, his physique could not match what the directors desired for the Superman character, who we know as big and buff. It was all these delicious burgers and food. At the time I was auditioning for Superman, I had a trainer and he was like, "You need to get bigger. You need to be able to fill out the cape." He was like, "Eat more protein," Sam said. He remembered the first time he had chicken or something and it just suddenly was like, "Oh my god, I have all this energy and I don't feel hungry all the time." Yeah, don't worry, Sam. We all still have the same feeling after having some chicken even today. It is kind of addicting in a good way, obviously. We really need to investigate what they put in those chicken breasts because we can't seem to have enough of them. Anyway, Heughan's comments help shed some light on the intense pressure put on actors to get in peak physical shape for superhero roles. They often have to adhere to an incredibly regimented diet and workout routines. Add that to your to-do list if you plan on being an actor in the future. A strict diet of everything you don't like and intense workouts. Let's get back to our main man today. In addition to 007, Heughan has often been fan casted as Superman in the DCEU following Henry Cavill's departure from the role. However, it doesn't appear Heughan is still interested in playing the Man of Steel and is now wary of superhero movies. Why does the guy all of a sudden not want to play his dream role? Well, here is what he had to say about it. "I think the other superhero movies kind of lost their way a bit. They've become, I think, a little too obese in a way, but anything character-based, which I can't help but agree." He, however, hinted on another superhero role he wouldn't mind playing. Batman's a great one because he's not a superhero. He's just an interesting character. Something with a good backstory, Sam is quoted saying. Though he lost out on Superman, the Scottish actor did play the Caped Crusader in a Cirque du Soleil-like stage show called Batman Live, with the Outlander actor seemingly losing interest in playing Kal-El since auditioning for 2006's Superman Returns. Fans can still hold out for him being cast as the next 007, with a Daniel Craig-sized void to fill left after No Time to Die. The time is now for Heughan to play Bond. We should maybe collect enough signatures to ensure he gets the role, don't you guys think? Moving on to other related news. What in the world happened to Superman? Now that Henry Cavill is reportedly out, Warner Brothers is saddled with the tricky task of recasting Superman. After a handful of hiccups in the earliest iterations of DC's extended universe, the studio is now looking to restructure its approach to the franchise. And it looks like Cavill's Clark Kent is one of the casualties. Superman's journey in the latest slate of DC movies was bumpy from the beginning. After kicking off the extended universe with Zack Snyder's Man of Steel in 2013, some tonal inconsistencies and overall foibles haunted him through movies like Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice and Justice League, turning Warner Brothers into more of a cleanup crew than a major film studio. As a result, and also through no fault of his own, Cavill's Superman simply couldn't keep up with the universe's overall imbalance. Before we move on to some of the actors who are the most likely to take over the Superman Superman mantle, I have a few questions about some things that don't make sense about the caped hero. Let's start with kryptonite, his weakness. If you asked us to explain how kryptonite works, we'd say it's either because the remnants of Krypton absorbed enough red energy to weaken Superman, or that weather calamity destroyed the planet made them especially radioactive to him. However, neither version really covers the different varieties of the stuff, each with their own distinctive effects. The green version is deadly. Red provided a handy metaphor for teen drinking on Smallville, gold removed Superman's powers, and jewel kryptonite gave General Zod psychic powers. It's as if uranium-238 killed people, but uranium-235 just made them really good dancers. What about his cape? If we all assume that all Clark Kent has to do to become Superman is shed his own work clothes, it implies that the full costume is always on underneath. Since it's basically skin-tight underwear, that works fine. However, what about the cape? Presumably, he's always wearing that too. However, where does he keep the approximately 25 square feet of material hanging down from his back at all times? We can think of some options, like wrapping it around his midsection or running it down one leg or the other. Those would probably just make weird, noticeable bulges in his clothes though. The Flash keeps his costume inside a ring, and we have fewer issues with that. What about his super lungs? We'll accept that Kal-El's lungs and diaphragm are as strong as the rest of his muscles, so sure, he can blow harder than anyone on Earth. It's even halfway feasible that he can move air so quickly that he could make it cold enough to freeze the top of a lake, like he does while putting out a fire in Superman 3. However, we're less sold on those times that he displays a lung capacity roughly equivalent to a hot air balloon. He demonstrates this ability in A Death in the Family, when he inhales an entire room's worth of Joker gas to save the United Nations. It's a cool trick and looks great on the page. However, even if he were able to only breathe in the bad stuff and not the normal air, it still seems like an impossible amount to inhale. And these are just some of the few questionable things about the character. There are many more. Anyway, let's talk about who could be the next Superman if it's not going to be Sam Heughan. Though nothing has been officially confirmed yet, it definitely seems like Cavill's days of playing Superman are over. Even though Warner Brothers doesn't plan on revisiting the character for a number of years, allowing them plenty of time to take the most realized approach possible, there's a long list of potential actors who are more than capable of replacing Cavill and donning the classic red and blue suit. It all just comes down to what sort of iteration this version of Supes will end up being. Will Warner Brothers play things safe and stick with the family mold made famous by actors like Cavill, Brandon Routh, and Christopher Reeve? Will the next incarnation attempt to break new ground? The options are technically endless, but until Warner Brothers issues some idea as to what direction they plan on taking, there's no harm in open-ended speculation. With the likes of Armie Hammer, Theo James, and John Krasinski all being considered potential replacements for Cavill, even Michael B. Jordan being considered for the role, there's really no reason why his take on The Last Son of Krypton should feel out of place. Who will it be? Well, we will just have to wait and find out, won't we? Unfortunately, this is all we have time for, and we hope you guys enjoyed the show. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button on your way out. Till next time, cheers!